everybody? What is good? Welcome back to the Open Gym. We are live. What's happening? What's happening? Excuse me. As the page loads back in, we do have the Atlanta Hawks versus the Portland Trailblazers. So we got the Hawks taking on the Blazers. Both teams come in under 500, so somebody got to win. So Atlanta is two, or I guess technically 3 games away from 500. They are 20 and 22, so they'll need a 3 game streak to turn it around. So hopefully before All Star break they can get that done. But welcome everybody. Appreciate everybody tapped in. So Hawks lost that last game against the Lakers. I just think it was an all around bad game. Um, Lakers got, I don't want to say they got all the calls, but Lakers did get the whistle. And it was a mixture of a lot of things last game for Atlanta. Uh, Bad shooting overall. Lakers couldn't miss. Um, Lakers were getting the whistle. And Hawks defense was just limited since they only had 9 guys really the whole game, and then uh, King Wallace played. He was the 10th guy, kind of garbage time. So really only 9 guys. So Atlanta is kind of limited tonight. No Kristaps, no Ricochet, but they do have Luke Kennard. Mo Gay was questionable, but Mo Gay is playing tonight, so they'll have Mo back in the lineup. Thankfully, if they didn't have Mo, I think they'd be in trouble. Uh, so semi-healthy roster tonight for the Hawks. Um, Kristaps still dealing with that tendonitis, and Ricochet has that bone bruise. So hopefully they aren't lying to us. I mean, I'm not too attached to Kristaps. I mean, I feel like he's more replaceable. But Ricochet, I really don't hope. I really don't hope the speculation is true. Because I like Ricochet. I hope he sticks around for a while. I think he'll be a great addition to the Hawks' future. 6'10", can shoot the ball pretty good clip. I think the Hawks should buy into him. So I really hope it's not what we think it is. Everybody do think everybody does think it's trade rumors and all that stuff. But I don't believe it. I'm not buying into the hype. Maybe though. I don't know. We'll see. So no Ricochet, no Porzingis. And to me, honestly, I think the Hawks are done making moves when everybody thinks they're not gonna make a move. That's when they really make a move, and when everybody is looking for them to make a move, they stand pat. So, oh damn, I forgot Drew Holiday is with the Trailblazers. I see, I see, I see. All right, man. So this game will be interesting. Atlanta does come in the betting favorites. I'm not sure. I'm not really into betting, so I don't really pay too much mind to the markets. But if you're into that, Atlanta is the favorite by 4. Um, Portland doesn't have Denny Avia, so but they have the rest of the guys as Drew Holiday is starting for the Blazers. We'll see. We'll see. This is the first look at the Blazers, I believe. Uh, we'll see how it goes. So as the legend Bob Rathbun mentioned, Luke Kennard is back. He had a neck strain last game, so he was dealing with that in the Golden State game. So Luke Kennard is back, so a little relief off the bench for Atlanta. Uh, Moke, like I said, is active. He was questionable after the Laker game. Asa Newell is back. He was questionable as well. He was good to go in the Laker game. He didn't get too much run though. So we'll see how it goes. CJ McCollum is back in his old stomping grounds as he's back in Portland. So let's go. Let's go, Atlanta. Let's get this dub. Atlanta definitely needs a dub. They put that one game close to over 500. If they can get over 500, I think they in business before All Star break. Low key. So Hawks bench, getting active. So all right, man, let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. I'm excited. I'm excited. Hawks coming off that loss to the Lakers. That was a fluke. It was a fluke, to be honest. So we'll see. We'll see. So tip goes to the Blazers. So like I said, the Laker game all around fluke. Defense was just not really there. Um, Offense wasn't clicking because a lot of the time Atlanta's offense is, I think it's not ran by their defense, but a big part of their offense is getting out in transition and beating the other team back. So we'll see how much of that Atlanta can get done against the Portland Trailblazers tonight. They do have some big deficiencies on the defensive end, so we'll see if Atlanta can take advantage of that by any means. So on Yeka's first one, no good. He fights for the board, but he can't get that to go. So a little short by Sissoko. So Onyeka finds V on a nice back cut. That's gonna have to happen. V is gonna have to be aggressive um, without Zach on the floor tonight. So V is stepping into a starting lineup. So Hawks cannot corral the board, unfortunately. So they'll have to make sure to make that a point of emphasis. Crash the board. Jalen's pass finds Onyeka. Tough. So Jalen's pass finds Onyeka. Unfortunately, Onyeka just steps out of bounds there. So kickball is gonna stay Portland basketball. It is unfortunate that Ricochet isn't able to play. I think he would take advantage of this new era right now. Trey, so he would have ample opportunity to kind of make his mark. So, as Clingan just unfortunately, unfortunately gets the board over Onyeka. Onyeka's gonna have a tough time with Clingan on the board. All right, so Clingan misses that first one, which is a good sign for Atlanta. Atlanta's gonna have to attack more too. I know it's kind of difficult when you're a team that shoots as many threes as Atlanta. Most of your possessions are gonna wind up being shooting possessions. So it'll be interesting to see how Atlanta navigates, trying to stick to their game plan and yet trying to adjust when need be, because Atlanta can't really just stick to just shooting purely. There we go. Great defense. So that Nikhil Steele gets a Dyson bucket. So great stuff from Atlanta. They tied up at 4. Appreciate Donald Duck tapping in. Avery Farless, Shaden Sharp knocks down that triple fairly easily. There we go. So Nikhil attacking, he gets that foul. Yo, C-Los, what's happening, brother? I'm doing pretty well. How you doing, bro? Just watching the Atlanta Hawks take on the Portland Trailblazers real quick. They just tipped off. They on the West Coast, so we got a late one. So Nikhil knocks that down. Let's go. There you go, Kill. So Nikhil knocks that down as Bob Rathburn highlighted. Nikhil's lead, man, he averaged 9.4 last year on the Timberwolves, and now he's averaging 20.7. So great stuff from Nikhil. I think Nikhil definitely deserves the praise, and I think he wasn't the reason, but he was definitely a big reason. Atlanta kind of has bought into this future look. So Jalen, yeah, unfortunately, too many steps there for Jalen. Hey yo, Donald Duck, man, appreciate you tapping in the chat. Just don't spam the chat for us, man. Don't spam the chat. We understand what your name is, bro. So there's a lot of deals in baseball going down. Oof. So Shaden Sharp kind of heating up as he knocks down that triple again. So I believe he's might be 2 or 3 from three. And Onyeka knocks down the triple. So he answers back. He has 3 of his own. So he starts off his scoring stretch as he goes 1 for 2 from three. As Dyson plays good defense on Shaden Sharp, but Shaden Sharp just gets the bucket. I appreciate that, Donald Duck. I appreciate that. It's a good flow by Onyeka. Just can't get it to go. He needs to find that touch because Atlanta's gonna need him. So a triple for Drew Holiday puts the Trailblazers up by 6 early on. 7:40 to go. First timeout. Four threes in 4 minutes, pretty much. That's tough. So Atlanta got that 4 for 4 treatment. So appreciate Donald Duck subscribing. I greatly appreciate that. Um, but yeah, Atlanta's off to another rocky start against the Trailblazers. That's tough. Onyeka 1 of 4. Man, I'm telling you, man, Onyeka's just tired. He is just tired, man. And I don't blame him, man. He's been the lone center for Atlanta for shoot majority of the year. So the Kristaps Porzingis experiment really isn't quite working for Atlanta. They don't have the team that Boston had that could sit Porzingis and still be competitive all year. Um, I think they saw what Boston did with Porzingis and thought, hey, we could probably do that too. But they kind of killed that plan and by trading Trey. Because I mean, if this team had Trey Young, I think they would be all right. Honestly, um, despite the defensive deficiencies that Trey brings, I think that offensive firepower would have overseen it. But I mean, some games obviously would have went bad, but as we seen last game for Atlanta, some games have gone bad. So hey, again, I appreciate that, Donald Duck. I greatly appreciate that. So welcome to the Open Gym community. But yeah, Atlanta just off to a tough start. Uh, so it will be interesting. Trade deadline is February 5th, so we still got a couple weeks to see, you know, and the reports and all the rumors are saying Atlanta's going to be active, but I don't know. Um, what was I finna say? But I think I mean a majority of Atlanta's targets have already kind of. I mean, AD was a major target. You know, by the reports, from what the reports were saying, AD was a major interest in Atlanta's future. And then really nothing like for real has come after that. It's really just been it's been AD and ex- exploratory talks. I think with AD and the Mavericks, but I don't really think it's been anything like sufficient or like sustainable. Damn, Dame is back on the Blazers. That is crazy. That is wild. So Dame and CJ back in Portland. Onyeka just off. So Onyeka is 1 for 5. Unfortunately, his slow start continues. So tough stuff. Jalen had to guard Clingan on the roll, and that results in a foul. So Clingan goes to the foul. I'm gonna grab some water real quick. My fault, y'all. So looks like another empty possession for Atlanta and another bucket from Shaden Sharp. So hey, Atlanta does seem to have some slow starts sometimes, but they turn it around at some point in the first or maybe second quarter. But it's kind of looking a little shaky right now. Atlanta is finishing up a 5 game road trip where they looked pretty good the first couple games, and now has been a little shaky. So hopefully Atlanta can turn it around, man. It's 9-18. So we'll see. So we'll see. So CJ is getting a warm welcome back in Portland. CJ finds Mo in the corner for three. So CJ finds Mo, comes in and makes an instant impact. So Atlanta has a round of subs, and that is Mo Gay and CJ McCollum. So on Yeka and Veet Krejci get a rest. There you go, Dyson. That's good stuff. So Atlanta gathers the myth, gathers the myth. They gather the miss and they hit the break pretty fast, which is what they need to do. Sissoko can't get that over CJ McCollum, and Moge collects the board as Nikhil brings it up. CJ quick trigger, can't get that three to fall, so CJ's first shot can't go. And Shaden Sharp attacks. He's passing out of there, so shouldn't be a shooting foul, but Shaden Sharp gets fouled by CJ on that drive. Ooh, Jalen stabs at it, can't get it to go though. Damn, good stuff. All right, so ooh, good stuff. So Jalen powers through the contact and excuse me, but good stuff from Jalen. As it's been a little quiet tonight, but it's really his first. I want to say field goal attempt. Psych, that is not his first one. So, but he knocks down his first free throw attempt. So it's a good sign. As Robert Williams checks in for Portland. So 4:54 left in this first quarter. It is a pretty low scoring first quarter, if you ask me. What we're kind of used to. My phone's going crazy right now. All these baseball deals. I don't know what's going on. The Braves still ain't done nothing. Good stuff. Good move by Dyson. So a little miscommunication there as Dyson turns the ball over. Just trying to look for a cutting Moge. So Atlanta's sitting at four turnovers this opening quarter, which they did a really good job last game against the Lakers, not turning the ball over. But I think that's a sign of their just none of their shots were falling. As Portland gets that two to go, so it's 16-20 right now. CJ's attacking. He gets a wide open lane. He finds Luke Kennard for three. Can't get that to go, but Moge almost comes up with the board. So Jeremy Grant is attacking for Portland. He gets right to the bucket. That is a big problem for Atlanta. Somebody just goes 90 feet with the ball, and you can't have that. There you go. But Moge answers. Oh no, maybe that was McCollum. I didn't see who got that up. Ooh, great back cut from Shaden Sharp. Robert Williams found Shaden Sharp there. There you go, Jalen. As Jalen gets a turnaround to go pretty easily. So Atlanta's trailing by four. It's 3-10. I told y'all Atlanta's going to turn it around here in somewhere in the first quarter or the second. Atlanta usually has, slow starts, I would say. Sometimes they come out strong. But I would say most of the times they come out, I don't want to say flat because that's pretty, it's kind of like, I don't want to say insinuating, but I think it, I don't, as Jalen picks up an offensive foul, unfortunately. But when they come out with, I think people when they say come out flat, it's like more of a negative thing. Well, I mean, I guess it is a negative thing. Like y'all know what I'm trying to say. It's more of like a what you call it. People be getting angry. And they be trying to say like it's more of an insult than it is just an observation. So um, yeah, Atlanta tends to definitely come out flat and kind of sometimes when they play to their competition. So when they're kind of expected to win, I feel like they kind of come in kind of thinking that. So kind of what you call it. It just seems like that. Sometimes they step up to the occasion right off the bat. You know, when they're playing like OKC or somebody like that. But see if Atlanta can just come in and play their game. Whoever they play, that's really what you're looking for. Is Atlanta to come in and kind of dominate in their own way. I know it's probably not gonna look how everybody else would think it wants to or they want it to look, but ooh shit, boy, I had a malfunction. It's crazy. All right, we good though. But all right, let's do some box score watching while we are in the middle of a timeout. Blazers called a timeout. So Jalen is leading the way. He got 4 points, 2 rebounds. He is leading in those two categories. Dyson is the lone assist on the floor, which is kind of rare. Atlanta should have about 5, 6 assists by now, but offense just isn't clicking. It's been a slow start, I would say, slow start. But everybody right now has gotten a bucket except Luke Kennard. He just got in, so Atlanta's gonna have to do a better job at not turning the ball over. They already have 5 turnovers. I think this game is already wraps, bro. They're gonna get out rebounded. It's been a constant theme for this Atlanta Hawks team to fight, but most nights they are getting out rebounded. So it's 6-10 at the moment. So Atlanta trailing by 6. So if Atlanta kind of sharpens up around the edges, I think this game should go fairly how people are expecting it. And that's with an Atlanta dub, hopefully. That should be over and back. So I feel like what should be an over the back is neglected to get called, and that results in a Trailblazers 3. So it's 29-20 as CJ McCollum gets the shot up but can't get it to go. But luckily he gets fouled. So Atlanta's shooting 2 of 7 from 3. Um, Hopefully they kind of turn it around as but CJ got to the line, which has these past couple games Atlanta hasn't gotten the other team in any type of foul trouble or anything like that. So see if Atlanta kind of switches their game plan by any means. They kind of are, you know, I don't want to say they try to emulate Boston as just shoot as many threes as possible and hope we just outscore the other team. Because I think Boston's defense was all right, but Atlanta just does not have. They do not have the team for that, man. They just don't have the team by any means. Because I really think that's probably why they brought in Chris Stapps and thought, we could survive with Chris Stapps playing only 50 games or however many games. But boy, were they wrong. It's going to be tough. Um, I really think Onyeka can play a lot better than. I mean, he has played really well these past couple games. As CJ gets blocked, he be shooting too much sometimes. I understand, Coach Quinn probably told you that hey, that's what you need to do, but brother, throw that extra pass, dog. That's Luke Kennard, great steal. CJ finds Corey Kispert for 3, so Corey Kispert and CJ kind of link up on that one, and that results in a 3 ball for Atlanta. So that's good stuff. Atlanta turned defense into offense right there. That's gonna be a key. They're gonna have to do that frequently. So Atlanta does a good job, comes away with that board. So we got about a 6, maybe 7 second difference between game clock and shot clock. Goddamn. CJ launches a three, can't get it to go. So they're gonna say foul on the floor. Jamie Grant picks up a foul. If it is on the floor, it should be what you call it. It might be 2 shots, but we'll see if they are in the bonus or not. I gotta cut this my notifications off real quick. 1 second. All right, there we go. Should be a little quieter. So they're just reviewing how much time was left when they called the foul. So first quarter should be over with in a couple seconds. Atlanta should be trailing here to go into the second quarter unless they somehow come up with a what is that? Almost an 8 point turnaround in 1.5 seconds. I don't think that's possible. Oh man. So not a magnet ball, but Moge picks up a foul on the prayer from Jamie Grant. Ball don't lie, Scott Foster. Ball don't fucking lie. Oh man, so Jamie Grant gets free throws. He gets a total of 3 free throws. He knocks down one, missed the first one. So we'll see how this first quarter is gonna end. So he hits that one. The kills heave, no good. So first quarter ends 25-33. That's just crazy work though. That's just crazy work. So Atlanta's trailing by 8 now. I spoke too soon. Spoke way too soon. So it's 33 to 25. Atlanta's trailing. Offense has not been Atlanta's strong points tonight. Neither has their defense. Shaden Sharp has 12. He's a game high 12 points. Nobody's in double digits for Atlanta. So it's been a team effort, but only Dyson Daniels is the only player who has recorded more than one field goal. Excuse me. But yeah, Dyson's the only one who has recorded more than one field goal, which is crazy work. So I don't know what it is, man. I don't know. Really, I know what it is, bro. It's no Kristaps or no Ricochet. That's what it is, to be honest. Um, Not to say like Ricochet is a savior, but not having either of those players is definitely killing Atlanta right now. So we'll see how that goes. But Atlanta comes, they come back home this weekend. They're gonna take on Boston on Saturday. So I know a lot of Hawks fans been talking about the strength of schedule and how they got faith that it's not as strong closing it out, but still, ugh, I don't know, man. I don't know. So All Star break coming up in less than a month. So we'll see how the team looks after that, and then we'll be really able to lock in and kind of know what we'll be looking at kind of the end of the season come March and April and those following months. So, but right now, Atlanta's floating under 500. If they can get over 500 before the All Star break, I think they'll be in good shape. But I think it'll be a big hole if they kind of don't win a majority of these games until then. So, and in a weak fuck in a weaker Eastern Conference, it's just unfortunate. Definitely didn't anticipate Atlanta to be the result to be in the weaker side of it, which is kind of tough. Yeah, but it might be Atlanta purgatory. That's just what we sign up for when we become Atlanta sports fans. We're forever mid, and I don't know. It's really tough to gauge which franchises really are attempting and which aren't. I feel like Atlanta's, like I said, they're just mid, bro. Haven't really proven anything to us, anything otherwise. So we'll see. I know Atlanta's defense is getting picked apart right now. So it's 38-27, bro. I wanted to be positive with CJ, but sometimes it just don't look right as Onyeka just turns the ball over again, bro. So it's 27-38. It's been a rough game for Atlanta so far. It's really nothing Atlanta can do, man. I mean, they really tied themselves to a sinking ship, bro. Like, yeah, I don't get it. I just don't get it, man. Kristaps being the centerpiece, man, he's just too fragile, bro. CJ looking off the guys who been here is frustrating, bro. Like him just looking at Corey Kispert is just frustrating. Oh no, man. I don't know, y'all. It's 11 points, so it's not like it's not out of reach by any means. But so Luke Kennard knocks down that triple. So Jalen picks up the board. Kill from the corner knocks down that triple from Jalen. Jalen picks up that assist. So Atlanta slowly picking it up. So they trail by five now. As Jeremy Grant gets it up, cannot get it to go to, or excuse me, Drew Holiday. So 8:30 to go. This rotation that Atlanta has some energy. Um, but when Atlanta rolls out that rotation with like I don't even think Dyson was in. No Dyson. It was just CJ and them out there. It's low key despicable. And I already see where it's headed to, bro. CJ McCollum gonna be closing out games over Ricochet, bro. Yo, Catalucci, shout out to them KRK Rockets. I'm not quite sure what the KRK Rockets are, but appreciate you tapping into this stream. Atlanta is struggling though. 33-41, 7-29. It's been a bad start, man. So so bad vibes overall, man. Bad vibes overall. So Nikhil probably is going to be Atlanta's savior again tonight. He was their only source of offense against the Lakers. So we'll see. So 36-41, 6:31 to go in the second quarter. I just don't get it, man. And the reason why the reason all this AD hype and all the trade rumors and stuff, bro. I want Atlanta to stay out as far away from AD as possible, bro. It is one of the most frustrating things to have just a player that has nagging injuries, bro. And I understand, man, AD want his money and all that stuff, but bro, having no Chris Stapps and having the only center on the roster be on Yucca is just tough. I know it's been bad luck, more so because Atlanta did lose in Folly Dante. That was their third string center. So Atlanta went from having three centers to having one. And I think it's just really wearing on Onyeka, bro. Like he can only do so much. He's out of his realm. Because they want him to be the rim protector. They want him to be that five who can switch on to smaller offensive players. They want Onyeka to be that center who can you know generate offense by finding back cuts, shooting the ball at a consistent rate, and doing all those things. And I mean, it's not to say that he can't do it, but if he's the only one, it's just tough. You have no other like looks. Like having Asa or Mo come in is like a relief, but it's not sustainable for Atlanta's offense. So, and I really don't. I don't believe in Quinn enough to make adjustments mid game. What is Gabe Vincent looking at? We'll see. These new additions are kind of interesting too. I mean, CJ is trying. I'm sure he's going off Coach Quinn's lead, but having 7 shots, he had like 21 last game. I respect OG, but let's might calm it down, all right? So Nikhil's unfortunately caught the shooter short bug on the free throw, so he misses that first one. So it's 37, 37-41. Atlanta is trailing now by four. So unforced turnover there from Portland results in Atlanta basketball. Oh shit. Catalucci, I'm just putting the karaoke, man. I'm just putting it together. That my you talking about my speakers, bro? My fault, gang. My fault, bro. I appreciate it. Appreciate you, bro. Yeah, those are some knockers. I can't lie. Although I gotta get some new ones, low key. Mm, I think one of them might have farted dust for the last time. Honestly, it does not sound the same. So might have to invest in some new karaoke's, low key, at some point. I don't know when, but at some point for sure. So CJ McCollum gets a bucket. That was within the offense. It wasn't too forced. It comes off an assist. I'm pretty sure from the kill, if I'm not mistaken. So Moge is out there. He is the center for Atlanta. He blocks Shaden Sharp's first attempt, but Shaden Sharp gathers and he's gonna draw a foul. It's a good bucket from Jalen there. So Jalen has 6 points, 2 or 3 from the field. The lead is now 5. As Atlanta does a good job at getting their hands in the passing lane, deflecting that pass, and it goes out of bounds off of them. So it's gonna be Portland on the baseline. It's Clint again, gets the three up, can't get it to go. Oh my Lord Jesus, bro. Oh, Yeko finally gets one to go. So it's 43 48. 3:40 left in the second quarter. So turnover, the Trailblazers. So CJ does a good job at getting Jeremy Grant up in the air. Atlanta's still sitting at 9 turnovers. So They are losing that battle currently to the Trailblazers, as Atlanta has kind of not been as secure with the ball on offense. It's just been a tough start. But Atlanta is only down by 5 as CJ McCollum misses the first free throw. Yeah, I will say Atlanta's struggling from the line this year, so it's tough. As CJ knocks down that second one, he cuts it to a 4-point deficit for the Hawks. So luckily, CJ McCollum gathers the rebounds, and Atlanta is in play by another offensive board, and finally, Jalen Johnson getting to the line again. So hopefully, Atlanta can make that a habit this game and just start going crazy at the line. So timeout, and during this timeout, we'll do a little box score watching. But I'm gonna tell you this: it has not improved that much. The box score is not as ideal as folks would like it to be at this point. It's a 4 point game. It's been hasn't been the prettiest. Just say that. So Atlanta still has a chance to turn it around and at least take the lead at halftime. We still got 2 quarters to play, so it's very much at this point anybody's game. It's the first matchup of the year for Portland and Atlanta. Both teams come in. I believe Atlanta's sitting in a ninth seed, just like Portland over there in the West. So let me know if I have to reset that page. I might have to. I know my Wi-Fi kind of dookie, y'all. So forgive me. Alright, my fault. I had this correct. So, Lance trailing by 4 and been great hard, but we will see how it goes. So, Taylor comes in the match, leading the lead in defensive rebounds this season. He has 304 total defensive rebounds. 24 more than second place. Blake has Anthony Thompson with 310. So, great job. Uh, you know, crashing the last shot at Dylan. So, kind of right aspect. I know a lot of people see Atlanta get reading it every game and could probably don't anticipate Jalen having a good game. I'm off on this. I'm gonna reset this water card for us. Give me a second. I got it. So then knock those down. 45-48. I got it. Just don't worry about it. Don't move back. So 45. As Portland comes up short and Hawks are rolling here. Portland has not had a field goal in the last 3.5 minutes. Onyeka gets it up just short. Saying Onyeka's tired, bro. You can really tell. He's sitting on his around available to play. And finally Dante's out with ACL. Main Staffs is out with tendonitis and one. So Onyeka gets the and one opportunity for him to get some offense going. Great. So he has 3 of 8 from the field. It's great. That's good stuff. So Onyeka converts the 3. now Atlanta lead. Might be the first of the game, and it is the first lead of the game, as the broadcast mentions. And great stuff. Jalen comes away with the round as Clingan was fighting for the board, and Jalen attacks, and Clingan runs into him for the turnover. And that lead did not last very long. So excuse my stream for lagging. I know it's kind of inconvenient, but we'll see. Hopefully it kind of stops lacking. Can't really do much about it. So it's 59 to 50 turbos away. You know, my score probably to be quite honest, probably weak right now. So this is 51 to 50. It is up. So Jalen operating the offense for Atlanta. He finds Onyeka. Onyeka finds V. V finds Dyson. Dyson can't get that one to go, and Onyeka tipped in. So Atlanta is currently on a 12-2 run in the last 2 minutes and 40 seconds. It's good defense by Dyson on Shaden Sharp, but Shaden Sharp just gets a good bucket. Shaden Sharp has, I believe, 18 points early on. CJ can't get that step back to go, so Atlanta's up by 1, and Portland thankfully turns the ball over. So 53 to 52. So both teams are sitting at 5 turnovers apiece here in this quarter, and Jalen second guesses that midi and finds Onyeka for 3. Finally, Onyeka's 3-ball falls. So Onyeka here in the second quarter is 5 of 10, 13 points for Big O. Shannon Sharp splits the double and loses possession. Like, what is Scott Foster and them doing out there, bro? So Scott Foster and company is deciding if Jalen is going to pick up his third foul, as they called a charging foul on this fast break opportunity. Score is 56-52, 12 seconds to go here in this second quarter. So we might get two free throws our way, or it might be Jalen Johnson's third foul. So Jalen Johnson tonight has tallied 8 points, 8 rebounds. He's 2 of 3 from the field, 4 of 4 from the free throw line. So he is ridiculous, bro. So Atlanta's up by 2. They find themselves leading before halftime. So it's definitely positive. I wasn't quite expecting that, but they turned it around there in the second quarter, kind of winning that quarter um, by 10. So they lost that first one by, what was that, 5? I mean, excuse me, 8. So lost that first quarter by 8 and won the second by 10. So, like I said, like I said, Atlanta kind of turns it around there in that end of that first part of that second quarter was still kind of ugly, man. I thought it was gonna go left way sooner than it went right for Atlanta. Um, I don't know, man. Something is up. I think Atlanta's just tired, bro. Hawks are playing limited. They don't have Kristaps. Ricochet has kind of been like newer. His absence has been a little newer, so I really don't feel like Ricochet's been like it's been the tension has been building with Ricochet as his injury is a little newer. Although I am kind of questioning how. I mean, I kind of understand with the bone bruise, it probably isn't quite as diagnosable as like anything torn or broken or fractured. So I'm sure once the swelling went down, they were able to diagnose it as anything. But thankfully, to me, it seems like he escaped anything major. It's resulted in a bone bruise, nothing that requires surgery, just timeout. So I'm not quite sure how much time Ricochet is gonna miss. But Porzingis, dog, like what is going on? Bro, he's dealing with left Achilles tendonitis. So I mean, I hope he gets well as soon as possible, and he can stay out there for Atlanta because he is a key piece to the Hawks, man. Atlanta having only one center is like the story of the season. I don't really think N'Faly Dante would have come in and like averaged 20 and 15 by any means, but I believe he could have averaged 8, 11. He could have averaged 6 and 12 um, in the minutes he does play. I don't think he's gonna average that in the season, but I don't know, man. He's a really good rebounder, and Atlanta probably had the vision of N'Faly Dante kind of filling in that role for Porzingis when he's out, and even Onyeka when if he were to miss a game, and N'Faly Dante and Kristaps were to hold down the center position. But unfortunate season for N'Faly Dante, man. He was kind of pushed to the G League, which probably was the goal when he signed with Atlanta. But he was kind of relegated to the G League throughout this first part of this year. And then when he came back around the same time Trae Young did after that MCL sprain. And then, because he was dealing with a concussion. And then So he had a concussion, and then he had to be carted off the floor. So he was having a little rough stretch before the ACL, and then that concussion happened. He missed time, was in concussion protocol for about 2.5, maybe 3 weeks, and then was cleared, able to come back, and then towards ACL first game back. So just an unfortunate season for N'Faly Dante. I was somewhat excited for him and to see his development, to see what he could bring in Atlanta. He's about 6'11", probably 7 foot center. Um, Not as polished on offense by any means. Um, and I was picturing him with Trae Young. Trae Young can make really anybody a threat around the rim. But with this team, probably would have been a little different look. He probably would have been a lot more of a brute force on defense. Holding down that back line and rebounding, getting in there with the other teams, 7 footers and whatnot. So I think it just would look different for Atlanta if he was available. So it's unfortunate. I really don't want him to get cut. That'd be unfortunate. He can't really contribute to the team due to injury, and but right now it's just it sucks. So Atlanta needs to do something. I don't. There's not much Atlanta can do, man. They have their center plan went to shit this year. That's just it is what it is. But Onyeka's been holding it down, man, throughout it all. Throughout it all, Onyeka has been consistent, even though obviously he's had some bad games over this year. But I mean, you're gonna have those throughout the year anyway. But the fact that he's been, playing at that level for, consistently, it's just been, it has been it's been an answer to some prayers. So that's why I don't really. I saw Indiana. I saw a report from Jake Fisher that Indiana was calling about Onyeka, and I hope Atlanta picked up. And I hope they said, I mean, if y'all not gonna give us that first pick, I hope they just hung up the phone because I really don't want to see Onyeka leave. Because if Onyeka goes, bro, this season is over with. If Onyeka is traded, and yeah, nah, uh, they don't have anybody that could even you know. Yeah, they have Jay Huff. They have maybe some other ones, but bro, who should I bet on? Marcos Viz asks. I don't know, Marcos. I don't really give betting advice to be honest. Like on who to bet on. But if you want to bet, I would say PRA, points, rebounds, and assists. Those are probably the easiest bets to bank on. To be honest, in my opinion. I don't know who, but those are the ones I go for. So we are in the middle of halftime, so hopefully we also appreciate you tapping in, Marcos. Definitely appreciate you tapping in. So we are in the middle of halftime in this Atlanta Hawks versus Portland Trail Blazers matchup. Atlanta is leading. I'm gonna make sure this how this page is doing. This might be glitching. So it says 56-54. Atlanta's up by 2. So I'm gonna take this time to use the restroom, and I'll be right back, y'all. I'll be right back. Alright, man, we are back. Halftime's still here, but it's almost over with. So, Atlanta's up. But Marcos, yeah, man, I don't know who to bet on, but yeah, man, PRA is the way to go, in my opinion. Betting isn't legal where I'm at, so I'm only stuck to like fantasy bets and stuff like that, over unders and all that stuff. So, got cat hair all on my face. So, let's see if Atlanta can hold on here. They do got a 2 point lead going into halftime, or yeah, going into halftime. So coming back from the break, they'll still have that 2 point lead. But Shaden Sharp is leading the way in the game. He has a game high 18 points, 6 of 9 from the field. So Shaden Sharp is Portland's offense, and Atlanta's offense, although they are struggling, is led by Onyeka Okongwu. He has 13 points, 5 of 10 from the field, perfect from the free throw line. Although he's taking one, still perfect. Um, so the starters for Atlanta have turned this game around. Uh, as Jalen almost has double digit rebounds before points. As Jalen is sitting at 8 points, 8 rebounds, and 3 assists. Um, been a not a usual night scoring wise for Jalen. Only 3 field goals recorded, or 3 field goals attempted, I should say. So Jalen, like I said, not a normal game, but he has 8 rebounds and 8 points. So about to have a double double again. Probably another consecutive double double. So Jalen putting in work, and Atlanta leads by 2. Fourth quarter, I mean third quarter is about to be underway. I guess I'm tired, y'all. It's 11:30. I'm usually not streaming these games this late. It's a late one, man. It is a late one. So appreciate everybody that is tapped in with us. I know on the East Coast it is late. It's Friday tomorrow, so end of the week. Everybody getting to bed. Catalucci. Facts, Catalucci telling man, it's I think it's another step closer as I've seen some legislation, some sort of work um in the works to kind of legalize sports betting. I mean, to be honest, I'm not like, a big advocate as Atlanta opens up the second half with a Onyeka Okongwu three. But yeah, as Catalucci mentions, the folks inside the Golden Dome in downtown Atlanta don't seem to be as forward thinking in some aspects as Dyson's floater or little running layup is easy. So he gets that to go. It's 61-56. So Atlanta comes out. Offense is clicking. Defense not. I mean, they're all right, but they allow another offensive rebound to a Drew Holiday 3 ball, which kind of misses the mark there. So Drew Holiday misses that one. Hey man, I greatly appreciate Catalucci using this as the kind of classic way to tune into the game. So I'm gonna get my commentator on. I'm gonna get my color commentating on. As I'm gonna try my best. So Jalen's attacking. It's been too easy though. Jalen needs to find his rhythm and kind of take advantage of the Trailblazers not having anybody to compete with him. So Jalen gets that one to go. He has 10 points on 3 of 4 from the field, and Shaden Sharp, dribbles closer, but still can't get that to go. So Clinnigan and Okongwu are tied up there for the jump ball, unless they rule it's a foul. So Clinnigan fighting all those little guys down there. Shout out to Veet, man. He stayed aggressive. But yeah, Cat Lucci, no problem, man. I appreciate you tapping in once again for sure. Um, it is a late one for us, man. It is a late one, and with all these cable deals and whatnot, man, we don't know where the games are gonna go. Supposedly, FanDuel is running out of business. Not the betting site, but FanDuel Sports Network is might be shutting their doors by the end of the year as well. So hopefully we'll all have a place to watch the game in one place. RIP Playback too, man. It was such a great app, man. Hopefully a platform like that arises. But in the meantime, between time, I appreciate everybody tuned in here on YouTube, Twitch, or Twitter, watching the game. So it's 63-58. It's 9:40 left to go here in this third quarter, as Atlanta has come out somewhat strong. As it's really Portland just missing their shots, really. As Atlanta is up by 5 points now. Dyson attacks. He finds Onyeka on the wing, and Onyeka misses that three ball. So he's missed his last two. Hasn't been able to get a bucket um, from three. He started the third quarter off with a three as Clinnigan gets one up himself, and Nikhil gathers that miss. That's gonna have to Atlanta's gonna have to make that a point of emphasis as Dyson gets that nasty reverse to go. So it's 65-58 as Dyson has 8 points. He is 4 or 5 from the field. So Onyeka, good job at switching over there on Shaden Sharp, and I believe that was Mo Gay in there to deflect that pass as Mo Gay has checked in for Atlanta. He kind of snuck in there. Oh, excuse me, man. I'm tripping, bro. That was Onyeka. I'm geeked. I am watching on my phone, so my phone is a lot smaller than my computer screen, I will say. And my eyes aren't as strong as they used to be. I feel like Bob Rathbun out here. So Dyson cutting through the lane. Unfortunately, can't get that runner to go. It's a little short, and Clinnigan comes up with that board. So Portland on the attack. And Shaden Sharp drives, misses a lay, but Atlanta called for a foul. So Onyeka picks up that foul there. So that's gonna be 3 on Onyeka, 3 on Jalen, 3 on Nikhil Alexander Walker. So Atlanta is staring foul trouble right in the face. So Shannon Sharp gets to the line. He is 5 of 5 at the line, 19 points for Shaden Sharp. He is still leading the game in scoring. So he knocks down that second one. It's 62-65. So he has 20 points. Let's see how the rest of this quarter plays out, but hopefully Atlanta can neutralize that at least. Nikhil finds Dyson, and Dyson makes them pay as he gets that easy float to go. It's 67-62, 7:45 left as Jrue Holiday's guarded by Dyson, and Onyeka is kind of floating there because Clinnigan was lurking for the screen. Jrue Holiday gets his feet in the paint, gets a shot up, gets it to go pretty easily. So there we go. That's what we need. V Crazy knocks down the triple, pushes the Atlanta lead up to 6. So it's 70-64, 7 minutes and some change to go. Yes, Clinnigan is causing problems for Atlanta, but Portland's shooting is just not that great. It's Cisco. Yeah, I'm not even gonna try to. Sissoko. That's how you pronounce his name, Sissoko. Whew. Timeout. Timeout. I believe that is going to be the Trailblazers. So timeout Trailblazers. It is a 6-point lead for Atlanta. It's 70-64. So Onyeka 6 of 13. He is 1 of 3 this second half. Jalen 10 points, 8 rebounds. He now is one step closer to that double double. Um, but other than that, V Krejci kind of stepping up. He's kind of been quiet, filling in for Ricochet. As much flack as everybody gives Ricochet, I really hope they kind of understand um, that Ricochet is at least. I don't know, man. I think he is a step above V Krejci, and I just hope folks realize this in his absence. Excuse me, my fault. I just hope folks realize how important Ricochet can be to this Hawks team. Because if he comes back, dropping 17, 17 to maybe 10 points his first game back, that'll be a good one. But I think if he can average about, at least 15 to maybe 17 points, I think he'll have a good one. Lou trading, you got Nikhil for 19 and a half points. You think he got it? I think so. And CJ, 22 and a half PRA. Yeah, yes, you are smart, man. You are smart. PRA is the way to go. I was just telling Marcos Viz that PRA is the way to go. He asked me who to bet on, but I informed him. I don't really got too much knowledge in that area, but PRA is the way to go. But Nikhil, you got 19 and a half points. He just needs 10 more. Nikhil is he does score in spurts. So if Nikhil does start scoring, getting those three balls up, I do feel confident that Nikhil can get you that 19 and a half. It's been a pretty quiet game offensively for the Hawks, just in general. So, um, I want to. The fan in me says he's gonna get it. But it just the logical one in me is saying maybe. It's still a little biased though. I can't say no for sure because I want Nikhil to get over that 20 point hump. I lucky want Nikhil to explode and get that 30 point game. So we'll see. As for CJ McCollum, I know he has 9 points. I'm not sure where he sits assist wise though. Let's go to the full box score here for a second, as action is about to be back underway. But CJ McCollum, he has 11 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. So he's sitting at 16. So CJ's going to get that for you. He going to get that. He just needs 6 more stats. So I believe he's going to get that for you. So we're sitting at 70 to 64. I'm a little bit behind the ESPN stat card y'all have on stream. So Jalen gets it up and gets it to go. So 72-64. It is 6:40 left in this third quarter. Great stuff. Jalen gets the bucket at the timeout. That's Nikhil guards Shaden Sharp. It's Nikhil, V, Dyson, Jalen, and Mo. As Mo is the first sub out here for the Hawks. As V Krejci leaves it out on the floor, he dives. So now we got CJ back in for Nikhil Alexander Walker. It kind of is tough for you though, Lou, trading that CJ and Nikhil are kind of subbed in and out for each other, so you'll kind of have to wait. It's probably not gonna happen too much at the same time for you. So it's gonna be one and then the other for you. I believe, dog. So we'll keep track of that for you as Portland can't get that to go, but Donovan Clingan just making Atlanta pay as he gets the board over Moge. So Clingan must have said something to Moge. It's funny because Veet pushed Clingan, and Clingan had some words for Veet, and Mo could try to step in there. Mo's really been the enforcer for Atlanta, so I think Mo kind of has cemented his place, kind of backing up his teammates, getting in there, getting aggressive with the other guys. I know you really can't fight as Dyson collects the missed free throw. So 66-72 Atlanta is leading by 6. Oh man, nah, for sure they're definitely gonna bring the kill back. As CJ gets that bucket, 2 goals, 74-66. Um, there you go, Lou. CJ has 13 points now. He's 4 of 10 from the field. I think Nikhil's a huge part of Inland, what Atlanta has going on. So he's definitely going to get those minutes. He might get that back. He just, needed a break. This is his first rotation out. As usually it's the center and the guard. That's usually how Quinn Snyder likes to rotate, get his rotations going. Hey, you smart too, man. That flex play is smart. Um, as Jalen finds V on the wing, V just can't bury that three ball. It was a good look though. So Portland started the game 5 of 13 from three, since they are 1 of 18. As I believe that was Jeremy Grant just loses the dribble there against Dyson. As Luke Kennard checks in the game for Atlanta. But yeah, you smart, Lou. Flex don't really pay out as well as the old school way, but I like flex because most of the times you hitting on 3 or 5, 6 of 8. You hitting a majority of those, so I like to make a little money. You make your money back on flex a majority of the time. As Dyson finds Mo in the corner, and that does not go. That's where you want to see Mo improve, man. You really would hope he's a at least an average catch and shoot guy. He isn't as polished on offense as Asa. So Atlanta's lead is cut to 6 as Jalen lets Mo redeem himself for a three. So Jalen finds Mo at the top of the 3-point line, and Mo makes him pay for sacking off. So Mo is 2 of 5 from three. As Shannon Sharp just drives against Dyson. That's good defense as Dyson stays straight up, doesn't foul, but Shannon Sharp just gets that to go. As Jalen drives, loses the defense just a little short. Probably wasn't anticipating some contact there. As Portland comes down. Hey, I greatly appreciate that, Lou. I greatly appreciate that sub. As we trying to grow the open gym here, man, and Atlanta is definitely our squad. Most definitely, I can't lie. That is it's Atlanta versus everybody, to be honest, over this way. Um, damn. So Portland kind of, you know, keeping this game interesting, to say the least. As Luke Kennard, nope, that was Dyson who lost the ball. Jalen finds Luke Kennard in the corner, but doesn't really result into anything. So CJ got the ball, top of the 3-point line, finds Luke. Luke drives. It's going to be on the floor, but Luke Kennard picks up the foul. So Atlanta is up by 5. But I appreciate you, Luke Trading, for tapping in and subscribing. I greatly appreciate the compliment to he said it, not me. So, he complimented sounds smart, man. I just be watching hoops, dog. So. And I'll be listening to people who watch hoops. That is another key thing, man. I just be listening to folks. So it's 3 minutes and some change here left in the third quarter. Atlanta's up by 5. Hopefully they can grow this lead instead of watch it fade away. So CJ gets in the paint, gets the floater up, gets it to go. It's going to be a lot of Atlanta's offense. They can't afford empty possessions. So whether they get possessions from turning the ball over, forcing Portland to turn the ball over, as Jeremy Grant knocks down that triple, it's 75-79. They cannot afford that. As Kennard gets that to go. So yeah, if Portland, does start heating up, as we have another timeout from Portland, as Tiago Splitter decides to cut this little Atlanta runoff. But yeah, if Atlanta's trading buckets and not getting those stops, getting the crashing the glass on defense, like the key to the game would be It's just tough, man, because Atlanta can't really necessarily rely on their offense outscoring everybody every night no more. Which has been, I would definitely think it has been a thing in these past couple of years, especially in the Quinn Snyder era. I definitely think it was a point of emphasis to just outscore the other team. Um, I think that was probably a game plan, and I don't think defense was the a main focus. I think it was probably A offense, B defense, maybe even C defense. Just wasn't really a point of emphasis. It seemed like Atlanta didn't really they were never a by the statistics a good defensive team, and by the numbers it was always kind of high defensive rating, and I don't know if it's high or low. I don't know which one is good or bad, but it was bad. They were always you know bottom half of the NBA, if not um, trailing the wagon. So I appreciate Davi tapping in over there on YouTube and moderating for us. I greatly appreciate that. And like she said, don't forget to like, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you want to hear the open gym and let us watch along, we doing this for the rest of the year, and we done tapped in for about all 82. Um, so I greatly appreciate everybody who's been tapped in with us, and anybody that's new, welcome. I appreciate you. As we hope to see Atlanta turn this season around. It's been an interesting one, man. Trading Trey Young was not on my bingo card coming into this year. I understood that Jalen Johnson was going to have a breakout year, but I did not think Atlanta it was going to result in Atlanta buying in fully and kind of parting ways with Trey Young. So, and the Johnson Atlanta is doing, I don't put it on Jalen, but in this new era, I think it's positive. Jalen has a fat old rap on the knee. So Jalen got that rap on his knee. Might be a little something to keep an eye on. So Jalen has 12 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists. So he's 5 assists away from a triple double. Um, kind of you know, speaking for and kind of into their game. Shooting Nikhil tried to find Luke Kennard. But yeah, like another thing, Nikhil stepping up. He averaged double-digit points. He has 20 points this season. As Portland not triple, as they might be heating up from three. But Nikhil, not only Nikhil, Jalen, Atlanta has Mookie Black was triple double leader. He has 7 triple doubles for the franchise, and Jalen has come in and broke that record pretty easily. He has, I think maybe 8 or 9 triple doubles. So Jalen's been he's been a machine this year. So another cold spell for the Atlanta Hawks results in a triple for Portland, and Portland takes a 2-point lead here in the third quarter. Luke Kennard gets a decent pass from Onyeka, and he comes up short on that three, and it's been an 8-0 run in the last minute for Portland. Make it a 10-0 run in the last minute for Portland. So Atlanta trails by 4. They were leading by 5, and now they trail by 4. So Portland does a good job staying in the game. So Onyeka try to find Moge, but Portland kind of neutralized that fairly easily, and luckily it wasn't a steal, just a deflection. So it's 85 to 81. 49 seconds left in this third quarter. Onyeka tees it up for 3. So he stops the bleeding for Atlanta. It's 84-85. 40-something seconds to go. Onyeka stepped up, been a big part tonight. He has 19 points He has 10 3-point attempts. He is 4 of 10 from the field, or 4 from the 3-point line, excuse me. So 84-85 as Lou Nikhil is in. He is back in for the Hawks. He's going to work. He gets to the bucket, but Robert Williams does a great job at holding it down back there for Portland. CJ McCollum for 3. So Atlanta does a good job staying with it there as Nikhil saved it. Unfortunately, Luke, he won't get the stat for that, but Nikhil saved it to Luke. Luke does a good job, drives, kicks. Mo does a good job, swing. Goddamn. So Rupert, whoever Rupert is, bro, he looks like a Rudy Gobert ripoff. So Atlanta is trailing 88-77. Goddamn. 88-87. Yeah, man, I'm tired, y'all. But yeah, hey, CJ hit for Lou. That's what we need. So CJ getting that much needed bucket for Atlanta, but it still does not result in a lead going into the fourth quarter. It's 87-88. Atlanta's trailing by 1 point going into the fourth. It's been an up and down game for Atlanta. Can't lie to you. But Onyeka has somewhat turned it around. He is 14 from the field, 19 points from Onyeka. Turnovers have been a story for the starters, though. 7 turnovers in total for Atlanta starters. Has not been a great thing. But other than that, that's really kind of been it's really been only the only mishap for Atlanta this game. Is turnovers. They've kept Portland off the offensive glass somewhat. I think to the best of their abilities. Donovan Clingan only has 9 rebounds, 4 of them coming on the offensive glass. It's just really been long rebounds that's shooting Atlanta in the foot. If they were able to, maintain the glass and kind of keep Portland off the offensive glass, I think this will be a little different game. But Portland is getting second chances, even though they aren't shooting well. They are shooting 27% from the field, 10 of 37. So they've missed a lot of shots, but they've also rebounded a lot of their own misses. They missed 27 threes. But I would assume a lot of these offensive rebounds are coming from, like I said, those long rebounds from those 3-point shot opportunities that are missed. And they've picked up 12 offensive rebounds. So Atlanta just has to get on top of the glass on defense, and I think that they can control this game fairly easily. So Nikhil has 9 points. He's sitting at 9 points. So if you have 19 for Nikhil, not PRA for Nikhil, just strictly 19.5 points for Nikhil. He's going to have a 10-point. He's going to have an 11-point fourth quarter. So Lou, we on that for you, man. We're going to keep track of that. So fourth quarter starting, Corey Kispert is getting some minutes here. It's going to be Corey Kispert, Luke Kennard, Dyson Daniels, and we'll see who is leading the way for the front court because Quinn Snyder loves to play these 3-guard lineups. So looks like Mo Gay's in there with Onyeka. So it's 87-88. Fourth quarter is underway. And starts with a bucket for Rupert, how the third quarter ended. So 3 for Portland puts them at a 6-point lead now. Oh, excuse me, 4. Dyson gets to the bucket, can't get it to go, and Onyeka cleans it up. Thank God for a big O. So Atlanta now down by 2. They were not down by 5. They were down by 4, and now they're down by 2. Jeremy Grant, oh, bro, they bailed him out. So reverse layup, a little wild, but unfortunately Mo Gay called for a foul. So it's 89-91. All right, so Jeremy Grant gets the first free throw to go, puts it at a 3-point lead for the Blazers. My cat getting into everything. So Dyson brings it up for the Hawks. Okay. Onyeka almost lost possession, but he corrals it, finds Mo. Mo finds a cutting Dyson Daniels. Dyson cuts, cannot get it to go. So Atlanta finds themselves down by 7 now. It has definitely been a game of highs and lows, man. That's basketball, though. It's a game of runs. We'll see how it goes. But right now, Atlanta is struggling. Chosama, True Summer. Excuse me if I mispronounced that. But for free, I'm not quite sure, brother. Um, in my opinion, I got tired of chasing around those free links because every time I'd find a good one, they'd shut it down. Um, you know, within time. So I I can't lie. I had to I broke down and got a subscription. So even but I subscribed to FanDuel and that one is probably gonna be shutting down within the next year. So I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure. Cable don't even got these games. So we'll see. FanDuel Sports Network seems to be going out of business. So RP Playback, man, that definitely was a platform where you could watch the game. And as a creator, I could bless you with a free VIP pass to watch the game with us. But RIP Playback, though. RIP Playback. Forever in our hearts, for sure. But this might be the closest place you might have found. Unfortunately, I can't stream the games on Twitch or YouTube. That's like an instant copyright strike. So we're stuck with the watch-alongs. Unfortunately, I know you'd rather watch the game than my face and just a scorecard, and I understand that. I definitely understand that. I definitely get it. So Atlanta trailing here, man, trailing there. This fourth quarter has not been friendly, man. It's been all Portland. They are now down by 7. And we'll see as Jalen checks in for Portland. I mean, excuse me, for Atlanta, man. It's been a long night. Need to lay down and go to bed. So it's 89-96. Jalen brings it up for Atlanta, and he just turns the ball over. It's still 10 minutes in the fourth quarter, man. It's still way too much time to be negative and as definite as I want to be. But I think that might be the game. So Kennard unfortunately misses a three. Atlanta was struggling to find a good shot there. That's another empty possession for the Hawks. 89-98 as the lead grows for Portland. Atlanta's offensive deficiencies are just burying them right now. So Portland gets another bucket. It's 89 to 100, 9:20 to go. Jalen gets the three up. He just can't get it to go. It's been an ugly couple games for Atlanta. That Laker game was just, it's understood that you come in short-handed, and there are other variables, at play as well. Lakers weren't missing. Ref's whistle was not as friendly to Atlanta as it was to Los Angeles, meaning the same drives Jalen was taking, he was not getting the same calls as Luka and LeBron. But like those things you can't really control, and you can control out not really effort wise, but you can control somewhat how the game goes, man, by just executing. And it doesn't feel like Atlanta has executed. They have two new additions. Meanwhile, they are missing Ricochet and Kristaps Porzingis. So I mean, obviously Atlanta's not going to look like a well-oiled machine at this moment. But first game was probably the first couple games might have been fool's gold. It was a banged up Denver team, and they still almost got a dub. That was the first game. I believe CJ and them were there for Atlanta, and then Atlanta looked really good against Golden State. So I'm not quite sure where the turnaround happened because they were missing Kristaps and Ricochet for those games as well. So Onyeka gets the cleanup. He gets that to go. He has 23 points and 8 boards. But yeah, it's just kind of confusing. Atlanta was looking really good at the start of this West Coast trip. So, it could be fatigue. Everybody's just kind of tired, missing guys. So it could be a plethora of things. But I know fans are kind of itching for this team to look somewhat better as Corey Kisper's blocked 3-point attempts. It's been a story of the night, man. 91-103. It's just one of those games, ain't it? As Robert Williams hands it off, Atlanta looking for a stop. Nikhil getting something there, brother, but he just turns the ball over there, unfortunately, and Portland finds the open man, and they can't make Atlanta pay for that. But Jalen picks up the board. It's been a 12-2 run in the last 4 minutes for Portland as Nikhil attacks and draws a foul. So it's gonna be free throws for Nikhil. Lou, hopefully you still watching. Nikhil going to the line for something, but it's been pretty depressing. I can't lie. It's been pretty sad. Results have not favored Atlanta, but we still here, man. We gonna watch till the final buzzer. We got 7 minutes to go. Still a lot of time, but just not enthused. Just not enthused completely. Up and down, too, up and down. Because it's like, when Atlanta's up and in the game, it's like, all right, man, it's cool. They're holding it down. But when Atlanta's down, it's just tough to have a silver lining of, like, wait till Kristaps is back. Because, I mean, I feel like we've been saying that all year as Atlanta fans. Just wait till Kristaps is back. Wait till this person is back. And I don't know, man. It's only so much you can bear, dog. So something has got to give. You know, as much as as much as I buy into Jalen, I'm sure Jalen has a vision for how his tenure is gonna go, but I don't have faith in Atlanta's like front office, to be honest. Ansi Soleil might be the only person I have faith in, and I don't even know what happens behind the scenes to say yeah he's the guy that really calls the shots. I don't know what direction Atlanta's going in, and I don't know. I mean, I low key understand the trade. I get it, but like if you're gonna just say fuck it and like not try to improve the squad by by really any means, I don't know. And to be honest, man, like it doesn't get any better that I don't want to say it came out of nowhere because I guess he was kind of having issues the last game he played. Ricochet though, if the Hawks trade Ricochet with in a package, like I don't know, I might be out on the faith department for Atlanta as CJ gets a shot up, can't get it to go. So Atlanta trails by 10, but CJ's going to the line for two. But yeah, my copium might be running dry if they do make some moves and kind of give up on this year. So we got a challenge here for Portland as they're up by 10, 6-12 to go in the fourth. So yeah, this team looks nothing like it did 2 years ago. Jalen and Onyeka are the only guys, and Mo too. Um, that have kind of been around for a while. So it's a whole new team. So we'll see how it goes. I know Atlanta's missing two major pieces of their squad, so they are shorthanded. But shorthanded Portland team just they're missing their main guy, Denny Avia, and Atlanta still can't pull it out. So it's just I don't know, man. As a fan, just like what am I doing, man? It's 12 o'clock, and I'm watching the Hawks get slapped around, man. I've done this past two games, and I ain't gonna lie, man. We come home and we play Boston, so it's looking a little bleak right now for Atlanta. Although it was just looking positive, man. It was just a 3 game win streak. They had just beat the I don't know who that first game was. I think it was the Pelicans, low key. They beat the Pelicans at home, and then they went on the road, played Denver, beat Golden State, got smacked by the Lakers, and now we're here. Two back-to-back bad games is not great. It's just not great. Doesn't help anybody's case for anything, to be honest. It's just a late night ass whooping, huh? So Atlanta is trailing by 10 as CJ McCollum goes to the line, and it's a tradition. Hawks missed their first free throw. So yeah, still 10 points. So then down by 8, 5 minutes and 40 seconds here in the fourth quarter. I don't know, man. It feels like writing is on the wall as V gets a block. Good stuff on Drew Holiday. So Onyeka misses that three. It is 95-103 in Portland. So V Krejci keeps Atlanta alive with that three balls. 98-105. It's demoralizing being a Hawks fan, man. It's just tough. So, I don't know, another magnet ball and